Hey everybody, I'm Sifu Bodhi. Welcome back to my channel. Now today we are talking Qigong for cancer. Now if you haven't already, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Now, just saying that word is terrifying. It's terrifying for everybody. There are few words that create more feelings of helplessness than the big C word. But the reality is there is a great deal we can do to help our body function optimally and therefore give us the best bet to fight cancer. Now, when I'm looking at treating cancer in my clinic, I look at both East and Western perspective. Now, I am in no way saying do not follow Western protocols with chemotherapy and radiation. Absolutely, there is a place for those. And East and West have their place, and the wonderful thing is the two work incredibly well together. And both are doing very different things. And you have to remember that from a Western perspective, our goal is to kill off those cancer cells, those cells that are replicating out of control in an unusual way. Our goal is to kill off those cells, but unfortunately that also weakens the body dramatically because it also kills off a lot of our cells. So from a TCM perspective, my job always is to strengthen the body and to help the body heal itself the best it can. Now, whether you're looking to either treat cancer that you have now or being preventative for not getting cancer, or if you're in recovery and you're looking to prevent future cancers, this is a program that can definitely be of a lot of help to you out there. So what we want to understand first, and we've got to talk a little bit before we get into the physical movements, but we need to understand a little bit of why this is happening and why it's happening prolifically in the modern world. And we have to realize that cancer is not some strange thing that just appears someday. Cancer is our body not regulating itself, and it's one of the many things that can happen to us that have a kind of an autoimmune response where our body's working out of control and actually attacking us. And at the cellular level, our body doesn't distinguish between real toxins and perceived toxins. So whether you think something, whether you feel something, or whether actually something is a toxin being added from the environment, from the water, from the air, whatnot, there is no difference at the cellular level. Either way, it affects the way you get cellular replication and the way the cell can actually heal itself. All its little organs that it has inside has an effect on it. So we want to look at always 5 factors. And I've written and spoke on this before, but what I deemed the 5 pillars of health. And basically looking at the way we eat, the way we breathe, the way we think, the way we feel, and the way we move. And these factors dictate the expression of our genes, what's called epigenetics. So it's not at the genetic level, it's how those genes are expressed, which is actually called epigenetics. And so we have so much power to influence what genes are turned on and what genes are turned off. If a cancer gene is turned on or a cancer gene is turned off, we have huge control over that. And so, like so many things in life, disease is a product of behavior. So for this program today, we're going to be talking a little about some things outside of Qigong that you're going to add into this that you can, once again, to round out this program. For me, I always look at a problem from as many angles as possible. So the first thing we look at is the way we eat, and that includes what we drink. And because digestion is a huge part of the cancer equation, because from a TCM perspective, the spleen and stomach transform and transport, turn food into us, turn food into blood, and turn food into qi and fluids, and basically move that stuff around the body. And when it doesn't move properly, it accumulates. When fluids accumulate, they condense and they form phlegm or tumors. And when fluids don't move, blood doesn't move. So if blood's not moving, we get stagnations of blood. And so yes, most tumors are some blood and some phlegm. So we want to be looking at the movement of qi. We're going to talk about liver later. But first off, we want to look at the movement of fluids in our body and how we turn the food we eat and the water we drink or the fluids we eat into us. Now, before we get to the physical stuff, one last thing I want to touch on. When it comes to food, inflammation is everything. And there are 5 key inflammatories that I take out with every patient, but specifically any of my patients that have any kind of autoimmune disease, any kind of degenerative disease, or yes, of course, and cancer. And these are the 5 main inflammatories that unfortunately we love to eat here: wheat, dairy, corn, that includes all high fructose corn syrup, which is in every processed food, all your pops, all your candies, all your chocolates, soy, and processed sugar. So these 5, when we are dealing with any kind of autoimmune or chronic inflammatory disease, these have to go. These are non-negotiable. And because it's about 3 days from top to bottom, and it's 10 days for inflammation to come down, even if you're just having a little bit of wheat and a little bit of corn and a little bit of soy, you are inflamed all the time. And when your body is at the point where it is no longer healing, when those self-regulating mechanisms, the homeostatic mechanisms in your body that keep everything in balance are no longer functioning, you're not at the point where you can have a little bit of that stuff anymore. It has to go. And maybe not forever, but for a concerted amount of time, yeah, for a few months, you need to get rid of that stuff. So once again, you can lower the toxic load and get your body back into a place where its regulatory mechanisms can kick back in and keep you healthy. So wheat, dairy, corn, soy, processed sugar are a no-no. And that is going to drop your inflammation massively. What do we want to eat? Well, there's nothing to eat. Well, there's still tons to eat. Every single kind of vegetable that grows above the ground you can eat. Bright color, dark colors, lights and yellows, asparagus, spinach, cauliflower, broccoli, yellow zucchini, red peppers, you name it. Shovel in as much of that stuff as you possibly can. And remember, we want 1 fistful of protein on our plate and 3 fistfuls of veggies on our plate, and that's how our plate should look all the time. And when we eat like that, our body shifts out of a glucose-based or sugar-based environment to a keto-based environment. And there is monumental research showing how a ketogenic diet is so beneficial to cancer, because cancer has a great deal more little mouths on it that look for sugar. It has 10 times the insulin receptors, so it loves the sugar. So cutting out the sugar is a huge part of treating yourself and helping yourself for cancer from a natural perspective. So yeah, we want tons of veggies and a little bit of protein. Because when we eat like that, most of the calories are coming from that animal source, which actually, most animal sources are actually more fat than protein. So you end up being in a ketogenic state where your body is running on fats and your inflammation drops dramatically. So that being said, let's get into our action, and we're going to supplement, we're going to talk a little bit about the other factors on the way, but I wanted to touch a little bit more in depth on the nutrition part because it is key. Food is our medicine. Medicine is our food. It's been said a million different ways for thousands of years, and it is still correct. Unfortunately, they stoned Hippocrates to death because he said it, but let me tell you, it was true. So, as always, you know my programs. Let's start with a few cleansing breaths. So, step the feet slightly wider than shoulder width, bend the knees, tuck the pelvis under, lifting from the crown of the head. Take a deep breath in. Visualize gathering white light all around your body as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, pulling it down, filling your body, melting all tension down into the ground. In 2. And melt. In 3. And melt. In 4. And melt. And in 5. And melt. So to begin, we're going to do a little meridian cleansing, and we're going to be cleansing out the spleen and stomach meridian. So we're going to start on the inside of the big toe, and we're going to visualize leading beautiful sunflower yellow light up the spleen channel, leading and guiding up the middle portion of the inside of the leg, out to the hips, all on an inhale, up to the ribs, where we're going to connect to the stomach channel. And as we breathe out, we're going to go down over the chest and the sides of the abdomen, crossing out to the outside of the hip and thigh, outside of the knee, shin, down to the second and third toe. So, breathing in, visualize leading yellow light up. Breathing out, visualizing leading yellow light down. In 3. And out. In 4. And out. In 5, see that beautiful sunflower yellow light guiding it up your body. Breathing out, guiding it down the sides of the stomach and the outer side of the leg. Couple more, breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Last one. Yellow light up. And yellow light down. Slowly rolling the spine up on the breath in. And out. Very nice. So now that we've cleansed the spleen and stomach meridian, remember the spleen and stomach are once again the organs that transform and transport food that we eat into us. But we also want to think about, hello my boy, here comes my boy into this frame. Come on in. Are you going to come up? Hey, come up. No, you just come in for love? That's all right. Get some, tap the chi, man. We also want to think about the water we drink as well as the water we bathe in. And remember, it is necessary in the Western world to add chlorine to our water system to take out all the bacteria that could be harmful, but also remember that chlorine is actually hugely inflammatory. And just a simple water filter, whether it's like a Brita water filter or a UV water filter, some kind of mineral filter, but even more important is actually going, here in Canada, you go to Canadian Tire or Home Depot kind of thing, but wherever you are in the world, your local hardware store, to get a mineral shower filter. And I know this is not everyone has accessibility to this, but if you do, a mineral shower filter is just something you screw off the shower filter, you screw it in and screw the shower filter back on, and it filters out all the chlorine out of the water. And this drops, once again, toxicity, inflammation in your body massively. Remember, 10 times the chlorine we're taking in the shower, and once again, hugely inflammatory chemical that we want to reduce in our body, reduce toxicity so that we can heal. So let's get back to our Qigong. Now we're going to move to transforming earth, and we're going to turn the right foot out, step the left foot forward, and we're going to strengthen the spleen and stomach. Now we mentioned that the way we think is also one of those issues that leads to toxicity internally. And so for this exercise, what we're going to be looking at is we're going to find the point, because we're going to be moving from yin to yang, from yang to yin. And there's a point in between the two where we're no longer yin and we're starting to be yang, or we're no longer yang and we're starting to be yin. And I want you to mentally make a note, put a pin in that point where you transition, the moment, the present moment. And what we're going to teach you is to bring you back to that moment so we're not reeling always in the future, worried, pensive, overthinking. That damages our digestion and leads to accumulations of fluids and phlegm and tumors and cancer. So, left foot forward, right foot back, sinking back onto your heels so we feel the stretch in that hamstring. We're going to stretch the arms out, relaxing the hands down. We're going to breathe out. And now we're going to shift our weight forward into our front leg, opening up our chest, arching our body, tipping the hands up so we expand into yang as we breathe in. And breathe out, collapsing into yin. Breathing in, expand. Breathing out, contract. Remember, each time I want you to put a little pin, mark that moment between yang and yin and yang. See if you can connect to that one moment. Breathing in, breathing out. 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 Breathing in, step up. Breathing out, step back on the opposite side, stretching. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. A couple more. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Last one. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. Stepping up, cleansing breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Very nice. So we've taken a look in our first exercises, the first two exercises we did all about spleen and stomach, because these also deal with thinking, yi, intention. And remember, how we think and how we eat are really, really important, once again, to make sure our body stays in that parasympathetic state. We don't want to be constantly in fight or flight or sympathetic stimulation. And as I said, at the cellular level, our cells don't know any difference. It's either protect or it's eat. That's all they do. They only do one of the two. So next we're going to move into the way we breathe. And this is also a huge point. Now, why do all meditative programs connect to the breath? And why are they so healing? Well, there's a neat part about that, and that has nothing to do with spirituality, it has to do with physiology. Now, we know that our body needs to be slightly alkaline. So on the pH scale, 7 is the halfway point. And we can go more alkaline or we can go more acidic, and our body needs just to be just slightly alkaline, about 7.5. And we definitely don't want to be acidic, because when we become acidic, we become inflamed, we get inflammation, degeneration, and disease. So we don't want to be down there. Now, for the average person, they breathe with a shallow tidal breath. They lift their shoulders, they breathe with accessory muscles, the scalene, the levator scapula, the intercostal muscles, and they do not breathe diaphragmatically. And this is why yoga and Qigong and Tai Chi and seated meditation all have a connection to deep, extended diaphragmatic breath. Because when we breathe with that shallow breath, we build up carbon dioxide in the body, and carbon dioxide, 6.4 on the pH scale, it is slightly acidic. Excuse me. And we want to always be slightly alkaline. Now the great part is that oxygen is 7.5. Surprise, surprise. So it is just slightly alkaline. So by breathing a nice deep diaphragmatic breath and oxygenating our tissue, remember at the cellular level, we need to use oxygen at the cellular level, what's called cellular respiration, to keep our body healthy. We need oxygen. But the effect of that oxygen has an alkalining effect, a reduction of inflammatory processes in the body just with breath. So let's connect to a little breath. So bend the knees, tuck the pelvis under, lift from the crown of the head. We're going to place the left or right hand, it doesn't matter which. One hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. Now what we're going to do is we are going to do full thoracic breathing. Meaning that when you breathe in, I want your chest to expand and I want you to push your belly out. This is an extended diaphragmatic breath, and I want to see the whole cavity expand. And as you breathe out, I want you to vacuum your stomach in as tightly as you can, pulling it in so we can fully compress, wring out all the organs inside all those digestive organs, and fully get rid of all that carbon dioxide in the body. So one hand on the chest, one hand on the lower stomach, through the nose. Here we go. Breathing in slowly. And breathing out slowly. Breathing out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose. Big belly, big belly, big belly. And out. Breathing in. Big belly. Breathing out. Breathing in. And out. Breathing in. And out. Breathing in. And out. Breathing in. And out. Last one. Breathing in. Big belly, big belly, big belly. And out. Cleansing breath. Breathing in. And out. It is incredible how healing, how powerfully healing a long, slow, deep, diaphragmatic breath can be. And if you're looking for something where to start, some place to start on your healing journey, no matter what is going on, no matter what's not functioning properly, your hair, your teeth, your digestion, your breathing, your heart function, whatever it is, start with the breath. Alkaline your body slightly, lower inflammation slightly, slow your heart rate, lower your blood pressure, calm your mind, soothe your heart. So for our last organ that we want to look at when it comes to any kind of cancer treatment, yes, we want spleen, yes, we want lung, and we also want liver. And liver checks the box for how we feel. So we looked at how we eat, we looked at how we breathe, we looked at also how we think, because that's in our spleen and stomach, and how we feel is our last category, because how we move is all about what we've been doing. Soft, flowing movements, relaxing the body, moving through dynamic, playful ways is how we reduce tension and move lymph, white blood cell, around our body properly. How we oxygenate the tissue is by moving muscle tissue. So we've already checked that box, but we have one more to go, which is our liver. And liver is designed to move qi smoothly like the roots of a tree. And when qi doesn't move and stagnates, that stagnation creates friction. Friction creates heat and pressure builds. And unfortunately, things burst at some point. But when qi doesn't move, blood doesn't move, because qi moves blood, blood nourishes tissue. So if blood stagnates and coagulates, we get phlegm nodules that are filled with blood, and we call those tumors. So we want qi to move so we can move the blood to nourish the tissue. So we're going to first clear any stagnations out of the liver channel and its paired channel, the gallbladder channel. And remember this one, if you guys did our 30-day challenge, which, amazing. We had over 12,000 people do our 30-day challenge. Absolutely incredible. I'm so honored and blessed that you guys did it. Remember, you can do it anytime. It's up on its own section, 30-day Qigong challenge, where we teach you how to build your own Qigong program. So exciting. So we want to look at emerald green. And emerald green color is what's going to break down any stagnations in that liver and gallbladder meridian. So take a breath in and breathing out. Connect to the top of the big toe. Now breathing in, leading emerald green light up the front portion of the inside of the leg. Moving out to the hip, into the chest, to the throat, to the eyes. And then as we breathe out, we're going to pick up the gallbladder channel that runs all the way over the side of the body. So over the temples, the sides of the neck, ribs, hips, T-band, all the way down to the second last toe. Once again, breathing in, green light comes up. See that beautiful emerald light to the chest, throat, eyes. Breathing out, leading it down. Green light up. Green light down. Green light up. Green light down. Green light up the front portion of the inside of the leg, to the hip, to the throat, to the throat, to the eyes, and then green light down the entire side of the body. Wash any stagnations away. Let's do two more. Breathing in. Breathing out. Last one, breathing in. And breathing out. Slowly roll the spine up on the breath in. And breathe out. Beautiful. So last exercise we are taking is going to be Weeping Willow, one of my faves. This is a fantastic lateral stretch which is going to stimulate that bladder channel and the liver channel, so we get great activation of those two meridians. Now, anger, irritability, stress tends to be a common emotional theme for cancer sufferers. It's quite interesting. And the tonic, the medicine to rid yourself of anger, irritability, and stress is gratitude and thankfulness. Because it's trying to control stuff that we can't control that makes us angry, irritable, and stressed. And so just saying thank you over and over and over and over in your mind is amazing. It's amazing how it cultivates gratitude and thankfulness. And that qi can start flowing once again. So as we do our Weeping Willow, we are going to just say over and over in our mind, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So breathing in, right hand up, left hand down. Breathing out, sinking to the right, stretch the left hand right and right hand left. Breathing in, left hand up, right hand down, sinking to the left. Breathing out, Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Remember, repeating thank you in your mind. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. 2 more each side. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Last one. Breathing in. And breathing out. Good. Stepping up, cleansing breath. And out. Beautiful. Step the feet together. Let's finish off with a little cleansing breath. Deep breath in. And out. Turning 45 right, breathing in, gather. And out. 45 left. And out. 90 right. And out. 90 left. And out. 1 more to the sides, breathing in. And out. At the bottom, you know, raise a little wisdom water of the kidney. At the heart, turn it over, wash down the heart fire. 1 more time, raising up. And compress. So well done. Well, guys, this is our cancer program. This is a program that I hope you will share with your friends, your family, because unfortunately, all of us are touched by cancer these days. There are very few of us who don't know someone who is either has cancer, has had cancer. So here is something to help. Remember, East and West work so wonderful together. So follow your Western protocol and add in Eastern protocols. All of that needs to supplement with a proper diet. Remember your 5 factors: what you eat, how you breathe, how you move, how you think, and how you feel. You'll want to look at all 5 factors because this is what allows our body to heal, or it's also what makes our body sick. Keep it in mind. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Always, what is it called? Subscribe. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.